In the ever-evolving landscape of global politics, military might and economic strength are often the key factors in determining a nation's power. But what about the past? Which nations dominated the world stage throughout history? In this countdown, we'll explore the top 10 most powerful nations in history, taking into account their cultural, political, and economic influence, military capabilities, and overall impact on the course of human events. So sit back and let's dive into this journey through time to discover which nations truly stood the test of history. Number 10. The Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire was a complex and fascinating entity that dominated Central Europe for centuries. Despite its seemingly paradoxical nature as both an empire and a federation of states, it played a significant role in shaping the continent's political and cultural landscape. At its peak during the 16th century, the empire encompassed a vast territory stretching from the Baltic Sea to the Mediterranean and from the Atlantic coast to the edges of modern Ukraine and Belarus. This vast realm was home to a diverse array of people, including the German, Italian, French, Flemish, and Spanish, among others. The empire's influence extended beyond its borders, with the Habsburg dynasty ruling over Spain and controlling territories in Italy and the Americas. Furthermore, the empire's reach into Central and Eastern Europe was substantial, encompassing numerous principalities, duchies, and bishoprics. Although often overshadowed by contemporary empires like those of the Ottomans and Mongols, the Holy Roman Empire left an indelible mark on European history, laying the groundwork for the modern concept of nation-state and leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate today. Number 9. The Kingdom of France. The Kingdom of France boasts a rich and illustrious history that has left an indelible mark on the course of European civilization. Emerging as a prominent player on the world stage during the 9th century, the kingdom grew to become a dominant force in Western Europe. At its zenith during the 17th century under the rule of King Louis XIV, France's influence extended far beyond its borders. Renowned as the Sun King, Louis XIV presided over a golden age that saw the arts, culture, and military power reach new heights. France's cultural contributions during this period were monumental, with Paris emerging as a center of intellectual and artistic innovation. The construction of the Palace of Versailles, a symbol of the kingdom's wealth and grandeur, further solidified France's position as a leader in European affairs. Moreover, France's military prowess was unmatched, with victories against European rivals establishing its dominance on the continent. However, the kingdom's vast colonial empire, which spanned from Canada to Louisiana and from the Caribbean to Vietnam, was also a testament to its global reach. Despite internal conflicts and external pressures, the Kingdom of France left an enduring legacy that shaped the political, cultural, and linguistic landscape of Europe and beyond. Number 8. The British Empire. The British Empire stands as a colossus in history, leaving an enduring legacy that continues to shape our world today. Spanning from the 16th to the 20th century, this vast dominion reached every corner of the globe, leaving an indelible mark on every continent. At its peak, the British Empire encompassed a quarter of the Earth's landmass and boasted a population exceeding 450 million subjects. Its maritime supremacy was unparalleled, with a formidable navy that dominated the seas and facilitated the exchange of goods and resources across its extensive network of colonies. The empire's cultural influence was equally profound, with English language and customs becoming ubiquitous in many parts of the world. However, the British Empire's impact went beyond trade and colonization. It played a pivotal role in shaping global politics, establishing trading posts and engaging in diplomatic missions that connected distant corners of the world. Moreover, the empire's military might was instrumental in maintaining global order, projecting British power to deter aggression and safeguard its vast interests. Despite its eventual decline, the British Empire's lasting impact on language, culture, economics, and politics continues to be felt around the world. Number 7. The Russian Empire. The Russian Empire, a vast and influential realm that spanned from the Baltic Sea to the Pacific Ocean. At its peak in the early 20th century, it encompassed a staggering 23 million square kilometers, making it the largest contiguous land empire in history. Under the rule of czars such as Peter the Great and Catherine the Great, the empire flourished. Peter's modernization efforts transformed Russia into a major European power, while Catherine's expansive reign saw the empire grow to encompass much of modern-day Ukraine, Belarus, and the Caucasus region. The Russian Empire's cultural influence was equally significant, with Moscow emerging as a center of Orthodox Christianity and the arts. The empire's commitment to education and scholarship led to the establishment of renowned institutions that contributed to Russia's reputation as a center of intellectual inquiry. However, the Russian Empire's legacy is also marked by periods of instability and conflict. Internal tensions between the ruling elite and the vast populace, coupled with external pressures from European rivals, culminated in the Russian Revolution of 1917 and the subsequent collapse of the empire. Despite its tumultuous end, the Russian Empire's vast size, cultural achievements, and impact on world affairs solidify its place as one of the most powerful nations in history. Number 6. The Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, a formidable and enduring power that dominated the Mediterranean and Middle East regions for centuries. Emerging in the 13th century, the empire reached its zenith during the 16th and 17th centuries under the reign of rulers such as Suleiman the Magnificent. At its peak, the Ottoman Empire stretched from North Africa to the Arabian Peninsula and from the Balkans to the edges of modern Iran and Iraq. Its strategic location between Europe and Asia enabled the empire to thrive as a hub of trade and cultural exchange. The Ottomans were renowned for their military prowess, with a powerful army and navy that played a crucial role in their territorial expansion and control over vital trade routes. Their cultural contributions were equally significant, with cities like Istanbul becoming centers of art, architecture, and scholarship. However, the empire's decline began in the 18th century due to internal decay and external pressures from European powers. Despite its eventual demise, the Ottoman Empire's lasting impact on trade, culture, and geopolitics secured its position as one of the most influential nations in history. Number 5. The Mongol Empire. The Mongol Empire, a vast and formidable realm that united nomadic tribes into a cohesive power under the leadership of Genghis Khan and his successors. Emerging in the 13th century, the empire reached its greatest extent during the 14th century, encompassing a staggering 24 million square kilometers, making it the largest contiguous land-based empire in history. The Mongols' military prowess was unmatched, with a highly disciplined army that employed innovative tactics and siege warfare techniques. Their ability to ride horseback for extended periods allowed them to traverse the vast distances of their empire efficiently, ensuring swift communication and rapid deployment of troops. The Mongol rulers implemented policies that promoted trade and cultural exchange along the Silk Roads, fostering economic growth and diplomatic relations with neighboring kingdoms. However, the empire's immense size and diverse population eventually contributed to its fragmentation, leading to the emergence of smaller khanates. Nevertheless, the Mongol Empire's lasting impact on Eurasian history, including the spread of diseases like the Black Death and the transformation of trade networks, secured its place as one of the most powerful and influential nations in history. Number 4. The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, a monumental chapter in European history, left an enduring legacy that continues to influence Western civilization today. Emerging from the Roman Republic in the 1st century BC, the empire reached its zenith during the 2nd century AD under the rule of emperors like Augustus and Trajan. At its peak, the Roman Empire encompassed vast territories from Britain to Egypt and from Spain to Mesopotamia, boasting a population of over 50 million subjects. Rome's cultural influence was profound, with Latin and Roman law serving as cornerstones of many modern languages and legal systems. The empire's commitment to infrastructure development resulted in the construction of roads, aqueducts, and public buildings that facilitated trade, communication, and urban life. However, internal strife, economic instability, and external pressures from barbarian tribes contributed to the decline and fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century AD. Despite its eventual collapse, the Roman Empire's contributions to law, language, architecture, and governance left an indelible mark on Western civilization. Number 3, the Qing dynasty. The Qing dynasty, the last imperial dynasty of China, played a pivotal role in shaping China's history and leaving an enduring legacy on the world stage. Established in 1644, the Qing dynasty, also known as the Manchu dynasty, marked the beginning of a new era in Chinese history. Under the rule of emperors like Kangxi and Qianlong, China experienced significant territorial expansion, reaching its greatest extent in the 18th century. During this period, China became a hub of cultural and technological advancements with notable contributions to poetry, painting, and scientific innovations. The Qing government implemented policies such as the tri-sectional examination system, which standardized education and promoted talented individuals to positions of power based on merit. Additionally, China's economic prosperity during the Qing dynasty was marked by the flourishing of agriculture, manufacturing, and trade along the Silk Road. However, internal rebellions and external pressures from Western powers eventually led to the dynasty's downfall in 1911. Despite its ultimate demise, the Qing dynasty's accomplishments in art, science, and governance left an indelible mark on Chinese culture and history. Number 2, the Islamic Caliphate. The Islamic Caliphate, a vast and influential realm that emerged after the death of Prophet Muhammad in 632 AD. The Caliphate reached its greatest extent during the Abbasid Caliphate in the 8th and 9th centuries, covering a vast area from Spain to Central Asia and from North Africa to the Indian subcontinent. This sprawling empire fostered cultural exchange and the spread of Islam across diverse regions. The Abbasid Caliphate's capital, Baghdad, became a hub of intellectual and commercial activity, serving as a center for trade along the Silk Road and the intellectual capital of the world. Muslim scholars made significant contributions to mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, preserving ancient Greek texts and advancing knowledge in various fields. However, internal divisions and external pressures from nomadic tribes eventually led to the decline of the Abbasid Caliphate. Despite its eventual fragmentation, the Islamic Caliphate's impact on trade, scholarship, and the spread of Islam left an enduring legacy on world history. Number 1, the British Empire. Topping our list is none other than the British Empire, and for good reason. From the 17th to the 20th century, the British Empire was the most powerful force on Earth. What started as a small trading company quickly turned into an empire that covered 1/4 of the world's landmass. They had complete control over the seas and held colonies on every single continent. Not only that, but they controlled some of the most valuable colonies in the world, such as India, South Africa, and Australia. The British Empire left an everlasting impact on the world, setting up trade routes that changed global commerce forever. The Industrial Revolution started here, and they set up some of the most powerful weapons of their time. Britain's biggest advantage was its navy, which could easily transport soldiers all around the world within weeks. With the navy, Britain was able to conquer everything from India to South Africa. No other empire before or after has come close to matching the British Empire. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time as we explored the top 10 most powerful nations in history. Each of these empires and dynasties left an indelible mark on the course of human events, shaping the world we live in today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to show your support so you never miss out on our latest historical adventures. Stay curious, keep exploring, and we'll see you next time.